Hello everyone and welcome to...
You want me to pop it? It wasn't quite as climactic as I would have hoped.
Put it back in.
Okay.
We're gonna do a thrift haul today.
Yay! And we have Mimsies, but
we have mimosas with tangerine juice.
With tangerine.
Yeah, here.
Tilt sideways and show how we pour so that you don't get too many bubbles. You know, sometimes when you pour something and like it all fills up with foam.
Oh wow, you did a great job.
You pour sideways, and that always helps. I learned.
Oh yeah, it smells like a tangerine. That's great.
I don't know if I've ever actually eaten it. What's the difference between a tangerine and a clementine?
I think a tangerine is a type of citrus fruit, but I don't think a tangerine is an orange. I think clementine is a type of orange. Do you know what I'm saying?
Comment below if you know.
Like a lemon? Sometimes I just make things up.
Mmm.
It's good with the tangerine juice.
Nice.
Trader Joe's has 2 tangerine juices. We went thrifting yesterday and today.
It's the most thrifting we've maybe ever done.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different stores.
And it wasn't exhausting.
With masks on.
Right.
Distance.
Shockingly, I found things here. I don't normally find anything here. And I was pleasantly surprised. I don't know if the tides have changed or what's happening. But yeah, you don't really go thrifting that much anymore, right?
No, I don't.
I found something I was looking for.
This is, are you saving me for last?
For ages, yeah. I'll wait until the end.
I have a surprise for you at the end too. So
I'm excited.
You have to watch the whole video.
I brought a couple things. Do you want me to show you what I brought?
I want you to show, of course.
Okay, so I'll show you what I brought.
No, let's just
Well,
watch
these are
TV.
things that I got in Phoenix. I found 2 books by L. Ron Hubbard. L. Ron Hubbard is the inventor of the religion of Scientology. He used to be a sci-fi writer, and he channeled it into creating a religion, and that's what Scientology is. And there are many documentaries about it. There's something called Dianetics. This is the book of Dianetics, The Modern Science of Mental Health by L. Ron Hubbard. And it says it's a very important book on the back. It actually says it's a very important book.
Which is always a good sign. The book is telling you it's important.
It said, and it also says, down at the bottom, it says, this book can change your life. A handbook of Dianetic procedure. I think this is the process by which you go through if you become a Scientologist. If any of you are Scientologists, let me know. Yeah, to get clear, all of that. But this is a copy from...
I'm gonna guess 1976.
Yeah, 79.
So close.
So you were good. It's published in Los Angeles, California. Have any of you ever seen the Scientology Center in California? In LA, they have a celebrity center. We're not allowed there.
I think I've told you this, that one day we went, my friend and I went to that center, just like, this is not to mean any offense, but there's a curiosity to Scientology that I have of like, what, this is way before all the documentaries came out, so I was just like, what is in that building? So we just went to the front door and we were like, is this a science museum? And they were like, and they brought us into a room and they sat in front of us.
Wow, I don't remember this.
There's a guy, and it looks like an old, I think it's an old hospital. And they sat us down and there was a guy who was just extolling all the virtues of Scientology to us, and sitting behind him was a chart of like all the different levels, and he even said, he's like, once you reach certain levels of the chart, you can actually move things with your mind. And I was like, well, where are you on the chart? And he's like, I'm at the top. And I was like, so can you move things with your mind? And he goes, I just don't do that for anybody. And I was like, well, pin a rose on your nose. I guess I'll just have to join to see it. My other memory about Dianetics is that, I don't know if you guys remember this or you do, it was a commercial for this book in the 80s. And it was like, it was always on, and it would start with like a passage from the book. So it would say something like, the contra survival engram is to the dynamics like jam which dams a necessary river. That would be the quote on screen. And then all of a sudden, a volcano would explode, and this book would like zoom into frame, and it would go, Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard. Read it today. And I was always like, very intrigued.
Is it fit? I mean, it's something that is unbelievable. The other book that I wanted to bring that I forgot that I had was, within 2 weeks of getting this book, I found a science fiction book of his that he wrote before he started this religion. It's fascinating.
I love collecting vinyl. I love selling it because people love like seeing it and flipping through it. I really like collecting it too.
Yeah.
And listening to it a little bit. And then once we're done with it, maybe selling it, maybe returning it and letting someone else enjoy it. First one is... this is actually going to be a gift for some friends of ours who lived in San Francisco for a long time, and I just thought it looked like really charming. San Francisco jazz. Nothing really like shocking here, but a great font on the back, and you know how Jackie and I love a font. Isn't that cool?
That is pretty.
I love when they're in great condition. Jesus Christ Superstar.
I have all of the Andrew Lloyd Webbers.
That's
my favorite, yeah.
Great music. And this one,
Ooh.
I just love the cover, and I like the description. It's called Delicado. Soft, subtle, sophisticated sounds by Lou Davies and his orchestra.
Do you know who that is?
Isn't that
I'm curious. It's
beautiful?
really pretty.
Just 3 vinyl.
Nice.
So that's my start.
And they were inexpensive too.
Yeah, $1 each.
I started to collect little matchbooks, very specific ones. This was because I went to an estate sale and I bought a container that had a bunch of matchbooks in it. And there were some really cool ones, some vintage French matchbooks. And so I got rid of the ones that I didn't want and then just kept a few, and I had totally forgotten about them and found them in my storage. I was like, oh, I want to start keeping some of them out in like a little dish. And then I went somewhere and there were a bunch of vintage ashtrays. I don't smoke, but I appreciate old vintage ashtrays. You can stick them in the dishwasher. They are nice little containers for matches or other things. So I'm fine with putting things in old ashtrays. So I found this old ashtray and it says George Diamond, Whiting, Indiana, Palm Springs, California. It's like gold leaf or gold writing. And I think George Diamond is a restaurant.
That says 22 karat gold.
Okay, so it's, I guess the gold is 22 karat. That's what this says right here.
George
okay.
had some
So this one I haven't
class.
stuck. So this is just a plain little one. I figured I could bring this to a market to sell.
Yeah.
There's a gift for Paul in this. This is a gift for you. This is one of my collectible ones.
Thank you. Oh, the Disneyland Hotel. Wow, what a find.
I actually bought that on eBay.
Did you really?
I bought a few of them. Yeah, it was like a
Thank
lot.
you. You know, I still have all these matchbooks that I got from an estate sale too, and I've always been like, would it be cool to mount them in some way on a really neat board or something?
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that one
Yeah.
time. See on the inside, is it anything special? No, it's just
Disneyland Hotel in
information.
the center of Southern California. Fun. I love it. So now the rest of my vinyl. Again, a mixed bag of things for me and maybe to sell. This one is Bob Seger Live, which is very exciting. Bob Seger is somebody who I've come to appreciate. My parents always listened to him when I was growing up, and I put on some of his older albums recently, and he really does have some great songs. But yeah,
What are some
Bob
Bob
Seger,
Seger
he did
songs?
Hollywood Nights. People, you guys love it when I sing. Against the wind, running against the wind, working on the night moves.
That one I know.
Look at his little sassy move in the back there. I like him. And then
Where'd
this
you get
one,
that?
Today at Revivals.
Okay.
This one I'm very excited about. Beautiful.
Ooh, that you should keep.
Sorry.
Hi.
Hi.
Say hi to YouTube.
Hi.
Can we call you back?
No. Yeah, of course.
Drama.
Wow.
So Sarah Vaughan
That's so
sings
cool.
George Gershwin. Look at this cover.
But you'll keep this, right?
Yeah, this one's for me.
And you would actually put it on.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like you could put that on, you cook something.
This is a
have
great
a glass
first
of
sentence.
wine.
You ready?
Yeah.
There may be no such thing as a foolproof song, but it is conceivable that there might be a song-proof singer, and that this singer might be Sarah Vaughan, who in the past has had to grapple with material that might have starched the throat of a lesser contender.
Ooh.
People could write back then. Yeah, I'm
It's a
excited to listen to
beautiful
this.
cover too.
Also someone who I've always been intrigued by, but don't know much of his catalog, and vinyl is a great way to get in.
I recently got a Harry Belafonte one too.
Did you really?
Yes, the one with the
He
Deo
has a
song.
magnificent voice.
This is the start of your
I'm really
collection.
excited about this. He just seems like somebody who I should know more of his catalog. So the
Yeah.
best way in is vinyl, because you kind of have to sit with it. You don't just throw it on Spotify
Yeah.
and then get distracted by something else.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm very excited about those finds.
We went to Angel's View yesterday, and I found under the counter this vintage Coach bag.
That is-
It's like a Coach tote.
How did you know it was Coach?
Well, I know the look of Coach leather. Well, I think I do. I don't necessarily, but I just recognized this. It looked like a Coach bag. It's got the little tag, so it is vintage.
Do you have any idea how old?
I feel like it's probably from the 80s, which is considered vintage still.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It's got the
Jackie.
bar. Here's the thing. It's got
Oh, yeah.
this pull clasp. It is missing this little piece, which I don't think will be a big deal to... I could go to Joann's and just get that little
Yeah.
piece, and then this... I think it might even be a magnet. I'm not sure.
That's really cool.
It was the first day of thrifting. It was the first time we had thrifted in years here, and it was the first thrift store. So I paid more than I probably would normally, but I still thought
For
it was a really
Coach,
good.
though, like-
I still thought it was a really good deal, and I'm definitely planning on reselling this at one of the
That would
markets
sell.
that we go
I mean,
to.
I could see
think
someone
so
paying
too.
over $200, $300.
Yeah,
for
I think a few $100
Yeah.
probably for this. Maybe a few $1,000s for this.
Because I just feel like it's that perfect artist rushing into work.
Yeah, I did pay $39 for it.
I love that.
You know,
That's
so
beautiful.
Thank you.
Now I want to show you something that I found a little while ago, actually, while thrifting. I was very intrigued by it, and I don't know what it is, so we're going to explore it together. It was actually taped up as of 10 minutes ago, but now we will be uncovering Dirty Words, the classic adult party game. The box itself caught my eye. It's some sort of, it almost looks like you roll dirty word dice and then you create dirty scenarios. So let's just look at some of the dice. Give you some.
Okay.
So just read me some words.
Okay, I'm gonna choose one and you choose one.
Okay.
Gulp.
Any.
Organ.
There you go. Gulp any organ.
Well, it
folks.
also says thigh, lip.
Dirty, slow, hard, huge, hot. I, he, she, they. So you can actually, there's some nouns. Oh my God, are you ready for this?
Down.
Feel, sniff, come, take, lick, hold. Could be fun, actually. Break it out for a party.
Look at this. I like this little timer.
See your filthy friend, how filthy your friends got. It's like kind of old school. 1993.
I think the writing looks like softcore porn writing, doesn't it?
So
Super
that's
nice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you everything I have here because I want to. So this is something.
The point.
I think I'm gonna give this to my sister, and it is definitely not vintage. It's just a pink pineapple.
Do you know what that reminds me of? Something you'd get at the beach club.
Yes, it's definitely from Disney. Oh, I guess you could put a pillar or a candlestick on it, but I like it. It's
really
kind of quaint. Only $3.
Next for me is something I found yesterday. Just a quick book that looked really fun and like old school. The Monopoly book.
Oh,
and it's a
what's that?
strategy and tactics of the world's most popular game. And it's like got really old Monopoly.
Oh, that's so fun.
My dad and I used to always play. I like the color. What I've been trying to do now with when I do markets is still, I'm dialing back a lot of the vintage things because I just find that it was weighing me down. I would pack everything up and be exhausted at the end of the day. So I've been selling a lot of candles and jewelry, and by selling I did one market in the past year. But when I do, I want to still sell all that, but also have little things like this, little books, little trinkets around it so it feels like it's a
filler. Yeah, very cute.
Yeah.
Today at Revivals, the last Revivals, I got 3 books. This acting book, it's called Audition, and the foreword is by Bob Fosse. And I do love acting books, especially for LA and Palm Springs. I think they're a little bit ridiculous.
Have you seen Fame?
No.
We just watched it last week.
The old Fame.
Because my husband and I do like a little movie challenge thing where we'll pick a category, and this one was, we had to pick movies that had won at least 2 Oscars, and Fame.
For what did they win an Oscar?
Best Original Song and an Original Score.
Wow.
And it is a great movie. It's not campy, it's like really intense and smart, and the music's great.
It's about auditioning, right?
It's about the Performing Arts School in New York, the high school.
Yeah.
It's really good. If you haven't seen it, Alan Parker directed it.
I'll have to see it.
Recommendation.
And it says here, I like the idea of this. It says on the back, this book may be the only book ever written that makes the reader understand the theater, that unties its knotted secrets, and yet it's so simple that you learn without feeling it happen. Copyright is 1978. So perfect companion for your acting actor. The next book that I found is this little cookbook, and it's called Our Gay Dinners in Paris. The Secrets of Our Best Recipes, Cooking a la Parisienne.
She is dainty. Ooh, that's fun.
This little book will never be in the way, even in a tiny kitchen. It's made and printed to be hung on the wall or from an empty bottle.
That's so cute.
Yeah, it shows you how to open the book and hang it.
That's so cute.
So, attention.
Wait, hold that back up. I think that needs to be. Open the hook to hang the book. Was there a hook that was formerly in this, maybe?
Oh yeah, I don't.
That's really neat.
1970. It's like.
It's adorable.
It's very cute. Gorgeous cheese puffs, eggs and jelly, choux, a la creme, all sorts of things. Quiche Lorraine.
Coming to the main stage to perform next, Quiche Lorraine.
Quiche Lorraine.
First one I'll do, which I want your advice on, your expertise.
Break it, sell it.
What do you call that stuff, the polish?
Barkeeper's Friend.
Barkeeper's Friend. Found this today at Angel's View, and it just had such a nice weight to it. Hold it.
Look at it, it's like a bamboo.
Yeah, and it just felt like it's so dirty, but I feel like if you were to polish this down, it's another little thing, like just something that would
mix
fit.
in a pitcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe it could go well with another, if I found like a great bowl or something like that, like it could just sit in there, but I really liked that.
Yeah, that's really
shape
pretty.
And weight, and so I think it's probably
very nice. And silver.
It's not silver.
By the weight it is, and it also has something on the back, I think, of it.
Well,
yeah. What do you mean it's not silver?
You think it's silver?
Well, silver plated,
oh,
but I think it's heavy enough to be silver. Silver.
Maybe I can balance it. I don't want
The next book that I found at Revivals is Mastering the Art of French Cooking.
Always a good find.
Well, I always buy these. I haven't seen one in a while, but I always buy these when I find a copy. They're worth a lot more than the $2 that I paid for it. Again,
it's in good condition too.
A great hostess gift if you're taking a gift to someone who has a new home, who's a cook. Everyone's a cook these days. I think
like a nice ribbon around it too.
Yeah, this should be in every cook's library of cookbooks. Because everyone is cooking now. Everyone is a cook. And, volume 1.
Oh my God, it's a first edition?
Volume 1. Let's see, it's probably not first. 1973. 24th printing. Close, 24th printing.
So I am still making candles, as I mentioned. I sent a lot out for Christmas that were in the small metal tins to friends that I buy from Candleworks, whatever website I use, I can't remember right now.
Yeah.
They're great. What I like more is finding old things that I can repurpose as a vessel and make new candles. And so one of them is going to be a birthday present. My brother-in-law's birthday is coming up and he's very, very appreciative of the candles and thoughtful about how he feels about them. I'm gonna make him one. I was specifically looking for a vessel today and I found this at Angel's View. He's a fisherman, so this to me just felt like so much, and when he's done with it, he can maybe have a mead out of this. I just loved it. I thought it was really cool. So.
You know, there's so many beer steins in thrift stores.
Yes, there are.
That
always
I feel like that's a good use. No, there's so many that are cool.
It's almost too big for coffee.
But it's nice. It's like pottery.
The other ones that I found today, the thing about giving candles as gift, homemade candles, is that the homemade candle is already like kind of like, I mean, I've been doing it for a while now, so people aren't quite as wowed anymore, but they're still like appreciative.
It's a nice
But
gift.
then when you put it in something like this,
Ooh, I like.
I'm sure this is probably from Pier 1 or Home Goods or something, but I love the
That'd be pretty with
the
a
blue
candle
and
in
the
it.
white, and once a candle's in it, it takes on a whole new sort of, people I think appreciate it more. I got 2 of these. On to you.
Okay. We went to a thrift store in downtown Palm Springs called, is it also Angel's View?
I think it might be the same organization.
Okay, so, but it's in downtown Palm Springs, which is a nice little area. I actually think it's a fine little thrift store. I think Paul may have seen this. They moved everything around in that store.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't get this, actually.
I didn't see it.
Okay, this is an Annie card game. Annie card game from Parker Brothers. It says here, Leapin' Lizards, a spelling game, ages 4 to 10, so that's perfect for us. 2 to 4 players, so we'll include the dog. On the back here it says E.T. card game.
Phone. Get it.
Yes, phone home. And it was only $1.99. So it's taped shut. Darn it.
Go get yourself a drink. They are so, okay, great. Let's make this point. If you work at a thrift store, you can apply the price tag and just like,
Yeah.
boop. It doesn't have to be with the force by which they stick these tags on. Like, especially with the vinyl,
Okay, I don't want you to see the cards yet. Look at the back. Just says Annie. I mean, this is just classic 80s. It says Annie, 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 Annie. And then I don't know how the card game works. You have like your Sandy card. Sandy.
Oh, Sandy, he protects you from Miss Hannigan. That mean old lady who was just trying to run an orphanage. What a hard job, by the way.
I know.
But she was not a good orphanage
Look at this one.
consultant.
Go scrub the floor and miss a turn. It's orphanage humor.
There isn't enough orphanage humor nowadays.
You know what I'm saying? There are letters, so I don't know how the game works. But I also think you could just assign people cards.
You can also frame these. These are awesome.
Well, so I'm going to assign Paul a card
Don't
right now.
you dare. You're so mean.
And what I'm going to assign him is...
I love you, Miss Hannigan!
She takes a letter from somebody's Annie. So she's horrible.
I think she's the one and only.
$1.99.
Carol Burnett. Like,
Yeah.
look at that.
Let's see if there's
Somebody
anything
should
else.
do a drag. They must have at
A
some
Miss
point.
Hannigan drag.
Would be so iconic.
So, yeah.
Look at me, look at me,
Leapin'
look
Lizards.
at what I'm dripping with.
Belch.
Little
Yeah, so I think those are all of the cards,
I
actually.
guess I am Miss Hannigan.
You know, if you're not so grumpy and horrible, Paul.
Did you hear the way she talks to me? So it's actually funny that that's what you ended on because that segues Love Lily.
Love Lily.
Love Lily into my final thing, which is not a vintage item. It's a found item and a taken item that I took from Home Depot when I was in there. I was buying some other stuff at Home Depot and I was looking through the paint swatch section and I was like, well, I look at the paint swatches real quick, and I was just wandering through. So what I did is I stole a bunch of paint. Well, didn't steal, they're there to be taken. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to challenge us with a little artistic challenge.
Okay.
Endeavor. That for the next time we haul, you're gonna pick 3 cards.
Okay.
3 colors, and you're going to either use these colors to find something in nature. You could use the actual swatches themselves to make something, but you will take inspiration from these 3 colors and create. I don't know what that means,
like that.
but with art, there are no rules. So I'll pick 3, you'll pick 3.
Should we do one at a time?
Yeah. And these were just colors that I thought were really
I'm not going to show what I
Yeah,
have
let's wait until the end.
Okay.
Do you think 3 is a good number?
I think 3 is a good number.
Okay. My number.
Oh, I just saw what that color was. Okay.
All right, one more. All right, so.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, seafoam green.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The next one is a mauve, maybe? Purple?
And then there's mauve.
Okay, last one is also kind of a seafoam green.
Can you hold
But
them
they're
all up
different.
together? Yeah,
They
there we go.
complement each other.
I
would
think
say.
that's an interesting, it's
Yeah.
not very you, so I think it might be challenging for you. But I think you could make some magic with that.
I'll see what Mary Blair did with these colors. That's what I'll do.
First colors I haven't even looked yet. Number 1. Ooh, we have like
Blue.
a sky blue. Cool. Next to more seafoam green. I guess I picked out a lot of seafoam green, oddly enough. And then last but not least, ooh.
Yes, this is actually the
This
color
is-
palette of part of your house.
This is very, but like a little more, I feel like 80s. I don't know how to
Yeah.
take this on, which is exciting.
I feel like it could be on like a ski
A
coat.
ski parka, yeah.
Yeah.
That is total ski parka.
Yeah.
Those are my 3
Okay.
colors. And we'll keep these, and maybe we'll mix and match and, and try again after we do this, but that's our first assignment.
I love
So
it.
stay tuned and you'll see what we create. Oh yeah, drum roll. Three.
I have some things on my list that I mentally try to have appear in the thrift store, and sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it does work, but sometimes it doesn't work, and I think it's because I'm focusing
But sometimes
on it
does
too
it
much.
work?
Sometimes it does.
And then sometimes?
It doesn't work. So I have been looking for this book because I want it to be a part of my vignette when I create vignettes. I want to get multiple copies of this, but I look for this book every time I go now. Yesterday when we were at the store, I told Paul, I have one thing I want to look for, right?
Yes.
And then
Within minutes.
I squealed because I found it.
Oh my god, yes!
Right? I mean-
you found it in Palm Springs.
Yeah. Look at this cover.
pills.
Isn't that awesome?
Couple of yellows and
Yeah.
one red. And off to bed. Can I see?
Yeah.
I've always wanted, have you ever seen it? It's
I don't think I've
really,
seen it,
I
no.
remember it being really long, but there are elements that are so iconic.
Yeah.
There's like a crazy fight in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Can I just read one paragraph?
Sure.
December 1946. Jennifer stood on a chair and tried to shove the hat box onto the top shelf of the closet, then ducked as 2 suitcases fell, just missing her head. She groaned. This closet situation is really impossible.
And scene.
Thank
Great
you.
job.
See, I don't need your audition book.
But
I've got it.
So what's funny is that I have found other Valley of the Dolls accoutrements. I found a Dionne Warwick Valley of the Dolls album, which I have. Other novels by Jacqueline Suzanne. Other things, but just not this, because I just feel like I was too focused upon it. And so finally I found it. They also had this Dolores, another
know.
Jacqueline
I don't know
Suzanne.
her.
I don't either. But there we go. She kind of looks like, who throws the hat up?
Oh, Mary Tyler
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Great job.
Way to go.
Before we wrap up, because she has been so good, Emmy is very difficult when we film sometimes. She's the best. We love her. But she can be a lot when we're filming. So we made her go to the bedroom. Okay, Emmy, come on out. Come on, come here. Yeah.
There we
Say
go.
hi to everybody. Show them your love.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Take care.